Understanding Qi and Qigong. The Chinese art of Qigong, or energy work, has been studied and practiced for over 4,000 years. Qigong is any training or study dealing with Qi which takes time and effort to achieve. The word Qi refers to the energy circulating in the human body as well as all energy in the universe. During the 1960s, a new area of research began involving the study of human bioelectricity. It soon became clear that bioelectricity is the same energy which the ancient Chinese called Qi, and that our body is a living electromagnetic field. This field is affected by our thoughts, feelings, activities, the quality of the air we breathe and the food we eat, our lifestyle, the natural energy that surrounds us, and also the unnatural energy which modern science inflicts upon us, such as radiation from power lines and cell phones. Since Qi is the source of life, if you understand how Qi functions and know how to regulate it correctly, you should be able to live a long and healthy life. Remember that you are part of nature and its cycles. If you go against natural cycles, you may become sick, so it is in our best interest to follow the way of nature. This is the meaning of Tao, which can be translated as the natural way. Many different aspects of human Qi have been researched for centuries, including acupuncture, acupressure or massage, herbal treatment, meditation, and Qigong exercises. The use of acupuncture, acupressure, and herbal treatment to adjust human Qi flow is the root of Chinese medical science. Meditation and moving Qigong exercises are widely used by the Chinese people to improve their health and to cure illness. A main principle of Qigong is to use the mind and physical movements to direct and lead your Qi circulation in the correct way. The physical movements and breathing in Qigong commonly imitate the natural instinctive movements of animals or of natural human behavior such as yawning, sighing, laughing, or crying. The lower dantian, or elixir field, is the place in the abdominal area where humans are able to store Qi. It can be considered a bioelectric battery. The theory and training methods can become complex the further you study the subject. Theoretically speaking, when the body is in a state of slow and relaxed movement, you may use the mind to lead the Qi into the deeper places of the body, such as ligaments, marrow, and internal organs. Consequently, the self-internal feeling can also be deep, and the Qi can be led there significantly. In the profound levels of Qigong practice, such as meditation, the mind becomes even more critical and important as physical movement diminishes. In this practice, you may have a little physical movement in the lower abdomen area. However, the main focus of this Qigong practice is to cultivate a peaceful and neutral mind and further pursue the final goal of spiritual enlightenment. Different Qigong practices aim for different goals. In order to have a good, healthy, long, and happy life, both your physical body and your mind must be healthy. The best Qigong for health is to regulate both your physical body and your mind. From this yin and yang balancing practice, your Qi can be built up to a more abundant level, and the Qi can also be circulated smoothly in the body. In Qigong, breathing is a strategy which enables you to lead the Qi effectively. For example, you can use your breath to lead the Qi out to your skin or into your marrow. Slow or fast breathing can make the flow of Qi calm or vigorous. When you are excited, your body is yang, and you exhale for a longer duration than you inhale. This leads the Qi to the skin so that you sweat, and the excess dissipates in the surrounding air. When you are sad, your body is yin, and you inhale for a longer duration than you exhale to lead the Qi inward to conserve it, and you feel cold. You can see that breathing can be the main cause of changing the body's yin and yang. Yin and yang should be balanced so that your body will function harmoniously. The trick to maintaining this balance is using breathing strategy. Usually your inhalations and exhalations should be equal. However, when you are excited, your body is too yang, so you may inhale longer and deeper to calm down your mind and lead the Qi inside your body to make it more yin. In Qigong practice, it is very important to grasp the trick of correct breathing. It is the exhalation which leads Qi to the 5 centers, the head, 2 Lagong cavities at the center of the palms, and 2 Yongquan cavities near the center of the soles. Exhalation also leads qi to the skin where it's exchanged with your surroundings. Inhalation leads qi deep inside your body to reach the internal organs and marrow. In Qigong, you must first use your yi or wisdom mind to generate an idea. This idea then controls your breathing and is also the force that moves the qi. It is your spirit or morale which determines how successful your Qigong practice will be. When your morale is raised, your qi can be led more efficiently and your Qigong will be more effective. It is understood now that the human body is constructed of many different electrically conductive materials and that it forms a living electromagnetic field and circuit. Energy is continuously being generated in the human body through the biochemical reaction in food and air assimilation and circulated by the electromotive forces generated by the mind. In addition, you are constantly being affected by external electromagnetic fields such as that of the earth or the electrical fields generated by clouds. When you practice Chinese medicine or Qigong, you need to be aware of these outside factors and take them into account. During the electrophysiological research of the 1960s, several investigators discovered that bones are piezoelectric. That is, when they are stressed, mechanical energy is converted to electrical energy in the form of electric current. This might explain why qi circulation is increased when stress on the bones and muscles is increased in certain Qigong exercises. Whenever you have an injury or are sick, your body's electrical circulation is affected. If this circulation of electricity stops, you die. But bioelectric energy not only maintains life, it is also responsible for repairing physical damage. Every cell of the body functions like an electric battery and is able to store electric charge. Our entire body is essentially a big battery which is assembled from millions of small batteries. All of these batteries together form the human electromagnetic field. Many studies have shown that conductivity of the skin is much higher at acupuncture cavities, and that it's now possible to locate them precisely by measuring the skin's conductivity, proving that the acupuncture and massage which has been used in China for thousands of years is reasonable and scientific. This may also offer a new explanation of an ancient healing practice, the laying on of hands. It may be that electromagnetic fields from human tissues in one person are capable of producing clinical improvements in another. In your body, you want to keep the current flowing smoothly. This means that your first task is to remove anything which interferes with the flow and causes stagnation. Fat has low conductivity, so you should use diet and exercise to remove excess fat from your body. You should also learn how to relax your physical body because this opens all of the qi channels. This is why relaxation is the first goal in many Qigong exercises. If you do not have the correct level of current in your organs, they will either burn out from too much current or malfunction because of a deficient level of current. Qigong is concerned with learning how to increase the level of qi in the qi circulatory vessels and channels so that they will be able to supply current when needed and keep the internal organs functioning smoothly. This is especially important as you get older when your qi level is generally lower. The final concern in Qigong practice is how to maintain or even rebuild the health of your internal organs. The human body is alive, and with the proper qi nourishment, all of the cells can be regrown and the state of health improved, even in old age. This means that if we are able to increase the qi flow through our internal organs, they can become stronger and healthier. Naturally, the increase in qi developed by your Qigong practice must be slow and gradual so that the organs can adjust to it. The hormones produced by our endocrine glands are referred to as pre-birth essence or original essence in Chinese medicine. They can be used to regulate the biochemical reaction which converts the food or fat into qi. Hormones act as catalysts in our body's metabolism. Thus, hormones are able to stimulate the functioning of our physical body, thereby increasing our vitality. Balancing hormone production when you are young and increasing its production when you are old are important subjects in Chinese Qigong. The enhancement or the adjustment of the qi circulation can also be done through acupuncture and Qigong massage. From external qi stimulation, the qi can be brought to a state of balance, thus preventing or curing the sickness. 3 dantians. Understanding the ancient Chinese concept of the 3 dantians in the body is not a simple task. Generally, the entire brain is considered to be the upper dantian. We know that the brain and the spinal cord are considered to be the central nervous system, in which the electrical conductivity is highest in our body. If we examine the brain's structure, we can see that it's segregated by membranes into separate portions. It is reasonable to assume that these materials are a tissue of low electrical conductivity. If the good conductors have been sandwiched by poor conductive material, then this system is able to store some electricity. However, we should also know that the brain does not produce qi, but consumes a great amount of it. Each brain cell consumes at least 12 times more oxygen than other cells in the body. Since in the biochemical reaction, oxygen is proportional to the production of qi energy in the body, it's reasonable to assume that each brain cell also consumes at least 12 times more qi than regular cells. The middle dantian, Zhong-Dantian, is located at the lower section of the sternum, which is connected to the diaphragm. We know that the diaphragm is a membranous muscular partition separating the abdominal and the thoracic cavities. It functions in respiration and is a good electrically conductive material. On the top and bottom of the diaphragm there are the fascia, which isolate the internal organs from the diaphragm. We see once again a good electrical conductor isolated by a poor electrical conductor. That means that it is capable of storing electricity, or qi. The front abdominal area is located on the path of the conception vessel, so that whenever qi is built up to a higher energy state through movement of the abdomen, it will circulate in the conception and governing vessels. Fat is a material which has been filtered by the liver and has a very high content of calories. Therefore, it can be converted into qi efficiently. If you look at the structure of the abdominal area, you will see that there are about 6 layers of muscle and fascia sandwiching each other in this area. In fact, what you actually see is a sandwich of muscles and fat accumulated in the fascia layers. When you move your abdomen up and down in abdominal breathing, you are actually using your mind to move the muscles, not the fat. Whenever there is a muscular contraction and relaxation, the fat slowly turns into bioelectricity. Fat and fascia are poor electrical conductors, while the muscles are relatively good electrical conductors. When these good and poor electrical materials are sandwiched together, they act like a battery. This is why, through up and down abdominal movements, the energy can be stored temporarily and warmth generated. The real lower dantian is at the center of the abdominal area, at the physical center of gravity, located in the large and small intestines. If we look at the physical center of gravity, we can see that the entire area is occupied by the large and small intestines. The first thing you notice is that the total length of your large and small intestines is approximately 6 times your body's height. With such long electrically conductive tissues sandwiched between all of the mesenteries, water, and linings, which it's reasonable to believe are poor electrical conductive tissues, the intestines act like a huge battery in our body. From this, you can see that it makes sense both logically and scientifically that the center of gravity is the battery in our body. Modern science has recently reported that the human body has 2 brains. One brain is in the head, and the other is in the digestive system, known commonly as the enteric nervous system. Though these 2 brains are separated physically, through the connection of the spinal cord, which is highly electrically conductive tissue, they actually function as one. The upper brain is able to think and has memory. It is able to store data, utilizing electrochemical charges. The lower brain has memory, but does not have the capability of thought. This discovery offers confirmation of the ancient Chinese belief that the real lower dantian, or large and small intestines, is able to store qi, while the upper dantian, the brain, governs thinking and directs the qi. In other words, the lower brain is the human battery in which the life force resides. Once the brain has generated an idea or intention, thereby creating electromotive force, the charge will immediately be directed from the lower brain through the spinal cord and nervous system to the desired area in order to activate the physical body for function. We are starting to link ancient experience together with modern scientific understanding. Cell replacement. In order to produce healthy cells, you must also consider energy. You should understand that when a person ages quickly, often it is not because he or she is malnourished, but instead is due to the weakening of their qi storage and circulation. Without an abundant supply of qi, bioelectricity, qi circulation will not be regulated efficiently, and therefore your life force will weaken and the physical body will degenerate. In order to have abundant qi storage, you must practice Qigong in order to build up the qi in your 8 vessels, and also to lead the qi circulating in your body. The next thing you should ask yourself is how this replacement process is carried out. The entire replacement process depends on the blood cells. From Western medicine, we know that a blood cell is the carrier of water, oxygen, and nutrients to everywhere in the body through the blood circulatory network. From arteries and capillaries, the components for new cells are brought to every tiny place in the body. The old cells then absorb everything required from the bloodstream and divide to produce new cells. The dead cells are brought back through veins to the lungs. Through respiration, the dead cell materials are expelled as carbon dioxide. However, there is something missing from the last process. This is the qi or bioelectricity that is required for the biochemical process of cell division. It has been proven that every blood cell is actually like a dipole or a small battery, which is able to store bioelectricity and also to release it. This means that each blood cell is actually a carrier of qi. In Chinese medicine, it is said the blood and the qi are always together. Cell replacement actually happens from inside of the body, moving outward. If we are tense, the blood circulation will be more stagnant and cell replacement will be slower. Most cell replacement occurs in the night when we are at our most relaxed state during sleep. If we accept that blood cells are the carriers of everything which is required for cell replacement, then we must also consider the healthy condition of our blood cells. If you have good health and a sufficient quantity of blood cells, then the nutrients and qi can be carried to every part of the body efficiently. You will be healthy. However, if you do not have sufficient blood cells, or the quality of the cells is poor, then the entire cell replacement process will be stagnant. Naturally, you will degenerate swiftly. According to modern medical science, blood cells also have a lifespan. When the old ones die, new ones must be produced from the bone marrow. Bone marrow is the major blood factory. After a person reaches 30, the marrow near the ends of the bone cavity turns yellow. This indicates that fat has accumulated there. It also means that red blood cells are no longer being produced in the yellowed area. Chinese Qigong practitioners believe that the degeneration of the bone marrow is due to insufficient qi supply. Bone marrow washing Qigong was developed for this reason. From experience, we know that through bone marrow washing Qigong practice, health can be improved and life can be extended significantly. If you are interested in this subject, please read Qigong, The Secret of Youth, published by YMAA. Hormones act as a catalyst in the body. When the hormone levels are high, we are more energized and cell replacement can happen faster and more smoothly. When hormone production diminishes, then the cell replacement will be slow and we will age quickly. It was only in recent decades that scientists discovered that by increasing the hormone levels in the body, we may be able to extend our life significantly. Maintenance of hormone production in a healthy manner has also been a major concern in Chinese Qigong practice. According to Chinese medicine, glands that produce hormones were recognized since ancient times. Hormones were not understood. However, through thousands of years of practice and experience, the ancients understood that the essence of life is stored in the kidneys. Today, we know that this essence is actually the hormones produced from the adrenal glands on the top of the kidneys. The ancient Chinese also believed that through stimulation of the testicles and ovaries, the life force could be increased. Testicles and ovaries are considered external kidneys in Chinese Qigong and medical societies. In addition, from still meditation practice, they learned how to lead the qi to the brain and raise up the spirit of vitality. It has also been found that through practice, bioelectricity can be led to the pituitary gland to stimulate growth hormone production. All of these practices are believed to be effective paths to longevity. From medical science, we know that our hormone levels are significantly reduced when the last pieces of our bones are completed between ages 29 to 30. When our body's completed constructing itself, it somehow triggers the reduction of our hormone levels. Maintaining the hormone levels in our body with Qigong and massage may be a key to longevity. Finally, in order to prevent ourselves from becoming sick, we must also consider our immune system. According to Chinese medicine and Qigong, when Qi storage is abundant, you get sick less. If we take a careful look, we can realize that every white blood cell is just like a fighting soldier. If we do not have enough Qi to supply it, its fighting capability will be low. When the Qi is strong, the immune system is strong. Therefore, the skin breathing technique was developed, which teaches a practitioner to lead the Qi to the surface of the skin in order to strengthen the guardian Qi, Wei Qi, or the aura, which is an energetic component of the immune system near the skin surface. The Qi circulatory system. Human beings have two bodies, the physical body and the Qi or bioelectric body. The physical body can be seen, but Qi can only be felt. The Qi body is the source of vitality for the living cells of the physical body and is the foundation of our lives. The Qi body is not only related to our cells, but also to our thinking and spirit, since it is the energy source which maintains the brain's functioning. Therefore, any Qi imbalance or stagnation will be the root and cause of any physical sickness or mental disorder. Western medical science has long studied the physical body, but ignored the Qi body for the most part until recently. The scientific understanding of the Qi body and how it affects our health and longevity is still in its infancy. The Qi circulatory system in the human body includes 8 vessels, 12 primary Qi channels, and thousands of secondary channels branching out from the primary channels. On the 2 main vessels, the conception and governing vessels, and the 12 primary Qi channels, there are more than 700 acupuncture cavities, through which the Qi level in the channels can be adjusted and regulated. From this Qi adjustment, the Qi circulation in the body, especially in the internal organs, can be regulated into a harmonious state, and the body's sickness can be cured and health maintained. The 8 vessels include 4 yang vessels and 4 yin vessels. They therefore balance each other. The 4 yang vessels are governing vessel, girdle or belt vessel, yang heel vessel, yang linking vessel. The 4 yin vessels are conception vessel, thrusting vessel, yin heel vessel, yin linking vessel. According to Chinese medicine, vessels function as reservoirs connected to the 12 primary Qi channels and regulating the Qi level circulating in these channels. When the Qi level in some specific channel is too high, one or more of the reservoirs will absorb the excess Qi, and if the Qi is too low, the shortfall will be supplied from these vessels. This enables a harmonious level to be maintained. The 2 yang vessels, governing and girdle vessels, and the 2 yin vessels, conception and thrusting vessels, comprise the torso. The other 4 vessels exist in pairs and are located in the legs. There are no vessels in the arms. Among the 8 vessels, according to Chinese medicine, the governing and conception vessels are the most important, since they are the main vessels that regulate the 12 primary Qi channels. The governing vessel regulates the Qi in the 6 primary yang Qi channels, while the conception vessel regulates the Qi in the 6 primary yin Qi channels. There are acupuncture cavities on these 2 vessels and none on the other 6 vessels. However, there are many cavities on these 6 vessels that belong to the 12 primary Qi channels. These cavities are considered to be gates that allow the Qi to pass between the vessels and channels. According to Chinese Qigong practice for health and longevity, the methods of learning how to expand the Qi in the vessels are very important. The reason for this is that these 8 vessels are the reservoirs for the Qi. When the Qi in these reservoirs is abundant, the Qi regulating potential of the primary Qi channels will be high and efficient. Among these 8 vessels, the governing and conception vessels are the most important, since they regulate the 12 primary Qi channels. The qi circulates in these two vessels and distributes to the 12 primary qi channels throughout the day. Usually during the late night hours, we are sleeping and the physical body is extremely relaxed. At this time, the physical body does not need a great amount of qi to support its activities, and the qi circulates abundantly in the spinal cord to nourish the brain, sexual organs, and all of the glands located along the center line of the body. Hormone production from pineal, pituitary, and adrenal glands, and the testicles or ovaries is therefore increased at night. When the brain is nourished and its function is raised up to a high level, your spirit can be raised, which is vital for health, longevity, and the pursuit of enlightenment. The governing vessel, which is located up the center of the back, is the main vessel supplying qi to the nervous system branching out from the spinal cord. The nervous system is constructed of physical cells which need to be nourished with qi to function and stay alive. To maintain abundant qi circulation in this vessel, your physical condition is extremely important. If there is any physical injury or damage along the course of this vessel, the qi supply to the nervous system will be stagnant and irregular. Moreover, in order to have healthy and abundant qi circulation in this vessel, you must learn how to increase qi storage in the real lower dantian, which is the main qi reservoir or bioelectric battery in our body. The yang girdle vessel, or belt vessel, is the only vessel in which the qi circulates horizontally. To Qigong practitioners, this vessel is very important. Since the qi status in this vessel is yang, the qi is expanding outward. It is from this vessel that we feel our balance. Like an airplane, the longer the wings, the easier it will be to find and maintain balance. A Qigong practitioner will train this vessel and make the qi expand outward farther, therefore increasing the balance and stability of both the physical and energetic bodies. When you have more balance and stability, you can find your center. When you find your physical and mental center, then you will be rooted. Once you are rooted, your spirit can be raised to a higher level. The 12 primary qi channels include 6 yang channels and 6 yin channels. They therefore balance each other. The 6 yang channels are arm yang brightness large intestine channel, leg yang brightness stomach channel, arm greater yang small intestine channel, leg greater yang bladder channel, arm lesser yang triple burner channel, leg lesser yang gallbladder channel. The 6 yin channels are arm greater yin lung channel, leg greater yin spleen channel, arm lesser yin heart channel, arm absolute yin pericardium channel, leg lesser yin kidney channel, leg absolute yin liver channel. You can see that one end of each channel connects to an extremity and the other end connects with a different internal organ. There are many acupuncture cavities through which the qi condition in each channel can be regulated. This is the basic theory of acupuncture and massage. There are thousands of secondary channels branching out from each primary. These lead the qi to the surface of the skin and to the bone marrow. It is very similar to the artery and capillary system. Instead of blood, your qi is distributed to every cell in your body. Qigong massage offers many benefits, including deep relaxation and smooth qi circulation, and can be the foundation of a long and healthy life.